Hi, welcome to Confidential. First of all, who am I? My name is Francesco Mazzola. I am advanced sommelier from the Court of Master of Sommelier. I am the best sommelier of Norway 2020, and I am the best sommelier of the Norway 2018. I became sommelier in 2014 here in Norway after Norsk Sommelierutdannelse, and since 2018 I started my path to be a master sommelier. In 2019 I became advanced sommelier. I'm just one of the few people here in Norway with the title, and I already applied for my master of sommelier exam, which hopefully will be in 2022. Today, I started Confidential as a YouTube channel. So please be kind with me. I know it's quite amateur. I'm recording it from my computer, and maybe the quality of the video is not high end, but I hope that the video itself will be satisfactory for most of you. So I started today because I want to fill my days. As it is the situation today in the world, we are in lockdown, so I needed something to do to keep going. And I thought, what's best to share my knowledge, my experience, my tips when it comes to wine region, sommelier work, techniques, and things like that. So first of all, for the first video of this series, I thought we should start with what everyone start with when they want to be a sommelier or where they became interested in wine. And that's actually books, wine books. So I thought today that I want to show you some of my own wine books that I have here at home. I have a quite extensive collection of wine books. I have 2 shelves at least full of them. So I thought I'd pick up some of my favorites to share with you my point of view on that one. So first of all, I will say that the basic one to start with is a book from Jancis Robinson, Wine Grapes. This is a quite big book, as you can see, and it's quite nerd, so maybe it's not interesting for the majority of you. But if you're interested to know a bit more about grapes and the parentage of the grapes, where the grapes come from, where the grapes grow, this is basically the book to go. Here you have 1300 plus different grapes described quite specific with synonyms, where the grapes grown, how the wines produced from those grapes taste like, and so on. So really, if you're into grapes, go for it. It's a quite big one, but it will fill up these days. After that, of course, I want to show you 2 quite general book, which covers a quite large spectrum of topics and areas. First of all, one of the most famous wine book in the world, written by Hugh Johnson and Jancis Robinson again, which is of course the World Atlas of Wine. This is actually the forefather of modern wine book. Before this book, nobody thought to supply such detailed maps to wine books. Before that, there were maybe books about regions with nice maps about that region, but this is actually maybe the first book that covers the whole world. This is the 8th edition, so again, it's not a new one, but it's always nice to have it along because it covers really the whole world, and with the 8th edition, it covers also new up and coming regions. So this is a very good starting point to have at home if you are interested in wine, because it will cover the majority of the areas that you need to know at the starting point. Another good book is the Oxford Companion to Wine, again from Jancis Robinson. This is a 3rd edition, so it's an older edition. Now it's the 4th edition. Came out on market. So if you want to go for it, go for the 4th one, please, not for the 3rd one. But again, it's a quite good book to have as a starting book. It's built up as an encyclopedia. So you have an alphabetical index, and through alphabetical it covers the majority of the topics that are connected to wine region to wine nation to wine terminology, wine lingo, and so on. Of course, again, it's built as an encyclopedia, so it's more for detailed answer. It's not maybe written as a story. Continuing on staying on books that cover a wide spectrum of topics, another favorite of mine is this little one here, Wine Behind the Label, 11th edition, so it's the new one, the new edition. Again, you see it's a quite thick book, which covers, this is actually a wine guide. So basically here you have not that much about the wine regions. You do have a small introduction, of course, but not that much about the wine region. It's more about the wine producers from that region. So this is a really good encyclopedia of producers. Here you have more than 6,200 different producers described. Of course, it's not a really deep description, but you can get a glimpse of what the producer is all about. So it's a really good one, especially if you are really interested to try wine from different areas, or you want to start to be the cellar, and you want to, okay, let's discover this region, let's discover the other region through the producers themselves. Two other books, or at least one other book, which is a bit maybe more a niche product, but it's also quite interesting if you are interested in this type of wines, is the following, which is Volcanoes and Wine. This is a small one, Volcanoes and Wine, from Charles. Yeah, here you have a description of the wine region of the world which are connected to volcanoes, either active volcanoes or like Etna, for example, in Sicily, or dormant volcanoes like Vesuvio again in Italy, or for example Tenerife in Spain. Here you have a presentation of the region which have mainly volcanic soil, which grapes grows there, how the grapes are affected, and which wine region you find them. So if you are into volcanic wines, if you like that smoky, spicy saltiness of the wines, this is definitely a book for you. Another interesting book is the New Vignerons, and this is because Spain, from Luis Gutierrez. This is a book about Spain, actually, about a new generation of Spanish wine grower. Very interesting. Spain is very exciting at this moment because it's a lot of new producers showing up, and this is a good guide to move in those producers, which will maybe some of them be a future star in the next 10, 15, 20 years. Going a bit more specific, I have two or three actually more books to show you. The first one that I want to show you is not only one book, it's actually a series, which is really good series. And is the series of the wines of, I took now as example the wines of Austria from Stephen Brook, but in this series you can find also the wines of Hellas, the wines of Romania, Moldavia and Bulgaria, the wines of Languedoc-Roussillon, you can find the wines of Burgundy and Côte d'Or. So it's a really complete, the wines of Canada, the wines of Great Britain. It's a really complete series which cover in-depth nation. It goes from more classical nations like Germany and France wine region to more strange regions like, for example, Romania, Moldavia and Bulgaria, or Great Britain or Canada. Really interesting. It's built up in a way that it presents the regions, the wine regions of that nation, and within the wine regions, the top producers with the story, styles, wine producer, and so on. Really good series of books if you are specifically interested in one nation, or if you are a student that you need to go deep to different nations. The last two books, they're actually both from a style of wine and the region which I personally love a lot. And this is actually champagne and sparkling wines. So when it comes to champagne, especially in the last couple of years, we got two new books came out in the market, really good books. The first one that came out is Peter Liam with his champagne. The book is built up as a presentation of the Champagne region, history of the Champagne region, different areas of the Champagne region, different grapes, and then you have a whole section about producer. What was actually exciting about Peter Liam's book is that it's not only about the big brands, which everybody knows. In the book is presented a lot of grower champagne, so small producer, which are maybe less known from the high public. So really good presentation of those small producers, and a really good presentation of what's actually becoming a trend in champagne, which is a single buyer champagne. As a matter of fact, the book comes in a nice box, together with some maps of Champagne, which are the only maps of Champagne which has been drawn in the history. They are maps from before the Second World War, which Peter Liam found again in an antique store in France. Everybody thought they were disappeared because they were produced only 50 exemplars. But he found them again, and instead of producing them from themselves and sell them from possibly a lot of wine, of money, sorry, not of wine, he decided to put them in the box and make it available to everybody. Another book which came out this year, which is again a must-have if you love champagne and if you love sparkling wine in general, is the Christie's World Encyclopedia of Champagne and Sparkling Wine. This is a book from Tom Stevenson and a friend of mine, Essi Avalinen, Master of Wine from Finland, which is possibly one of the biggest experts on champagne for today. As the title suggests, this book is built as an encyclopedia of champagne and sparkling wine, and not only of the region and the seller themselves, but as well of the producer. So this is really maybe the most extensive collection of presentation for producers when it comes to champagne and sparkling wine from all over the world. Sparkling wine, so it doesn't cover only champagne like Peter Liam's book, but it covers, for example, also other parts of France with the Cremant, Italy with Franciacorta, Trento, Alta Langa, and so on, Spain with Cava, Tasmania, Australia, South Africa, you name it. So really the whole world, when it comes to sparkling wine, of course, it is covered, and all the producers are also rated. It's up to you if you want to follow the rating system or not, due to the, of course, the rating system is always subjective, but at least it's a good way to get an idea where the producer and the wines are. So this is my last book for today. I see that we are almost at 15 minutes. I don't know, actually, again, it is my first time I'm doing this, so I don't know if 15 minutes is short, it's long, it's enough. So please feel free to comment, leave me a comment, leave me a feedback. I just need every feedback possible right now, because again, it's my first time. So I hope you enjoy it, and hopefully you will continue to follow my videos and my channel, and I'll hopefully talk to you through the commentary in the channel. From Norway, thank you very much, and have a nice day.